Salutations and good day. Today we're out here on Reservoir Road between Bully Creek and Willow Creek, and we're out here in the sage lands trolling for some sage grouse and for quail. Upland game opened yesterday, and I happened to catch my tag draw the day before it was due. So we're gonna try and get a sage grouse because those things are tasty. But it's a beautiful day. It's about 7:30 in the morning. Sun's coming up. It's like 55 degrees, nice breeze, and we're gonna cruise on down the road. We're gonna cruise on down the road and see if we can't find some quail or some grouse. So we're gonna head from here over to Willow Creek, hop up Brogan Canyon and over to Malheur Reservoir, and then we're gonna zip over to Forest Road 16 and cruise down to Beulah Reservoir. Should be a interesting day. I hope you come along. Found the first quail of the day and the first pheasant. Got a nice rooster just chilling here in the road. But of course, they like to hang out near houses. We can't hunt near houses. So we're gonna leave these little guys and we're gonna go try and find their cousins up here in the hill. But hey man, they got good taste. What you gonna do? See all those quail, these little shits. It's hilarious. Of course, they're right here in the middle of the road. That's all right. There's a lot of birds out here, and we will find more. As you can see, they're just kind of chilling. Got the first quail of the day. Got it with the windshield, but hey, a win's a win. We're over here at the opening, the beginning of Brogan Canyon. It's I don't know, a big gouge in a basalt flow that was carved out during the Pleistocene. It's shown human habitation for most of the Holocene and now into the anthropomorph, however the fuck you say that. The Anthropocene. Yeah. So I mean, Paleolithic and indigenous groups lived and hunted in this canyon for the last 11,000 years that we know of. And there's currently people living here now. So we're gonna take a drive up there and see if we can get any quail. There's a couple patches of public, and it'll lead up to Malheur Reservoir. And I don't know, maybe the trout will be biting. Let's see. Here's a good example of the basalt flow. These guys right here, these hexagonal crystalline forms. When basalt cools like in the right way, it forms these pillars. And there's quite a few examples in Oregon of this. Here and in the Columbia Gorge, a few other places where lava flows have come along and cooled in the right manner, that these forms have been created, and then erosion or whatever kind of pulls them away, and you wind up with these pillars like this. And this whole canyon is these pillars or crumbles of these pillars. So like you can see here that this basalt has been crumbled down into what, I don't know, what's it called, scree, where it's just these piles of slowly sliding rock. And most of this canyon, it's assumed, was carved out by glacial movement, and a lot of these hexagonal columns are still visible. These guys here. This is also what the Giant's Causeway is formed by in the British Isles. It's the same kind of thing. So we made it up above the canyon, and we're just a little ways down the road from Malheur Reservoir, and yeah, we're opening up out into the steppe and the sage lands. It's a really pretty day. It's really nice out here. Birds are singing, and the sun's shining. There's a little bit of a breeze. It's maybe 60-ish degrees or so. It's really nice. It's gonna be a good day. So we made it up here to Malheur Reservoir. Uh, I was gonna go down to the lake and see if there's any trout biting, but it rained recently and I noped out. I don't need to get stuck. There's some squishy shit, and I, don't have that great clearance. I'll stick to what I know I can drive over. But we're gonna make our way down the road. There we go. We're gonna make our way down the road, and this is Willow Creek Road. It should come down here, loop around the edge of the reservoir, and make its way over towards Indian Creek and Ironside. So if I take the right road, we should pop out in Ironside and back onto 26. So let's see where this road takes us. So we haven't seen any sage grouse yet, but we've seen a bunch of quail, none of which were on huntable land, of course. They're either right on the road or they're in somebody's like feeding area, and I don't need to piss off any farmers out here. Their lives are hard enough. So we're gonna continue down the road and see if we can find some birds to eat, or some roads to follow, or some adventures to have. Let's see what happens. So we made it over here to Malheur Reservoir. We found a better road, so didn't have to worry about all that mud down here at the boat dock. And it's a beautiful day. Got the cows baying across the water, and the birds are chirping. It's really nice out here. Let's head on down the road and see if we can find any grouse. Made it down here to the old bus. It's a pretty good fishing spot, but I don't know, there's a din of mosquitoes. For a second when I got out of the car, I thought I had a flat tire. This zzz, I'm looking around, and I look up, and there's just a massive swarm of mosquitoes. So I don't think I'm gonna fish today. I think I'm gonna get going because I don't feel like itching. We've made it over here to Willow Creek Road. If we go north, it goes up to Mormon Basin, and that's not what we're looking to do today. This is kind of like the dividing line between the Beulah and Sumner units, and my grouse tags are for the Beulah units. The other side of this road is Sumner, and that's poaching. We're not going to do that today. But if you go up this way, make your way towards Bridgeport and Mormon Basin, follow it down to Rye Valley and pop out on the freeway. And over this way leads to Ironside. Looks like someone's coming, so I'm gonna dip. So we're about halfway on that loop between Brogan Canyon and Ironside. We've made it to the intersection of Indian Creek Road and Willow Creek Road. If we go that way, it'll pop us out about 2 miles east of Bonita Road, and we can follow that south all the way to Harper. Or we continue going northwest this way, and it'll loop back down around south and pop out at Ironside. And we can hop over to Forest Road 16, follow that all the way down to Beulah Reservoir. I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do, but I guess we'll see. It's about 11:30 in the morning. It's I don't know, almost 80 degrees. Had to take off my sweatshirt already. I don't know if it warms up much more. I might have to bust out the shemagh to keep this sun off me. It's hot. So I just came across this on the road. I had to pull over and take a look at it. Looks like somebody killed something. That's a pretty decent sized blood splatter. Flies are all over it. I took a look around over here to see if I could find a carcass. I don't see one. But yeah, there's a lot of animals out here. This stretch is private, but it's still a beautiful drive. I love it out here. I used to work out here back in my younger years when all of my joints worked correctly. Used to be a cowboy. It was Willie Nelson wasn't fucking around. It's not a great job, but it was cool. I got to see a lot of stuff. I got to be outside. I got to enjoy my time in nature, which was fun. But it was cold and it hurt. So I just jumped a whole flock of sage grouse. I don't know, there must have been 20 of them. They came flying across the road right behind a posted no hunting sign, ran up the hill. As I moved a little closer to investigate, I jumped a bunch of chucker and they busted up the hill. And then they all started laughing at me. It's been said that you hunt chucker once for sport and revenge the rest of the time. But I mean, I found what I was looking for. Just found it in a place that I can't hunt it. So we'll move a little further down the road. There's some, there's more. We'll find them. There's a whole flock of birds making their way across the sage right there. I don't know if you can see it. The glare on my phone is so bad. she's hurt. Well, I wasn't expecting that. I pulled over to get some footage of the chunk of land I used to work, and as I'm taking a landscape photo, a cow elk popped up behind me, came out onto the road, and limped off onto the hills. It looked like her back left leg was all mangled. I don't know, maybe she got attacked, maybe she got shot, maybe she got hit, could have got caught on something, I'm not sure, but I wasn't expecting that. Yeah, it's good to see that there's elk out here. You don't see them out this way very often. But yeah, try to go by slowly so I don't scare her any more than she needs to be. Oh, she ran up there, just went around the corner. I wasn't quick enough to get a picture of it. So we made it to Ironside. I figured we'd hop up here on 16 and make our way towards Beulah. It's about 12:30. I don't know. I'm not sure how far down this road I'm gonna go, but we'll go check the game cams and take a little stroll in the forest. So we followed Forest Road 16 down here at the base of Luther Butte. Not likely to be any sage grouse over here, but there are blue ruffled grouse, and those are on the menu today as well. But I got a game cam over here. We're gonna go switch out the card, see what we got. So I'm hoping we got a little better footage this time on the game cam. I haven't had a whole lot of luck with this particular game cam, so we'll see if that looks about to turn or not. But yeah, it's a pretty day out here. I think I jumped an owl, a large bird. I don't know, I'm not sure. But it wasn't a noisy flyer. Whoop. That's a big one. But yeah. I think I might need to get something to eat. I'm getting a little peckish. So it's about 1:30. Decided to take the 1680 road and loop back down towards Unity. I don't know. I gotta work tomorrow. I gotta get up early, so I don't know that I have the extra like 4 or 5 hours to meander on down to Beulah. but I definitely have an hour to spend on working my way down out of the hills. We definitely saw some sage grouse today. We saw some quail, saw some chukar. I think I jumped an owl. We saw a cow elk. I'm pretty sure I got that on video. That was kind of a trip. I didn't expect that at all. And now we're gonna cruise down here by where David and I hunted that bear. Maybe we'll see something on the road. Maybe we'll see something crossing it. Who knows? But this road pops out into the sage lands again, and we'll creep through there and see if we can find some sage grouse or some quail to take home. Have that for dinner. Mighty tasty. We made it down out of the trees and on to the edge of the forest here. You can see there's a lot of sagebrush, sagewort, junipers. There's even some birch or poplar trees over here that are pretty cool looking. It's not something you usually see on this side of the state. But I'm gonna follow this road down through the gully and pop out in Unity. Make my way home. It's about time. Thanks for coming along. So we're almost back down to 26. We made a big S on our travels, and I'll probably stop in by Unity store if they're open to grab a coffee and make my way back. But we've got a nice little sageland draw here, a bit of a gully. I'm not sure how well you can see that, but the road follows that, and there tends to be a lot of birds down in there. So we'll take it slow and we'll see if we can see any quail or grouse hanging out down in there. There's a couple trees I'll have to go check out. But I don't know. Got maybe 20 minutes of driving left, and I got about an hour before I want to be on the road to head home because, I'm hungry. I want some dinner. But we'll see if we can find something to shoot at down here. So I'm not seeing a whole lot out here right now. I can hear a few birds here and there, but it might just be a little too late in the day. This morning when it was cold and the sun was starting to come out, that's when they were really moving around. But now it's warming up a little bit, and they're probably bedding down, waiting for the sun to get a little cooler, and then they'll make their way towards their water or their food source. This looks like it's a decent little puddle. It's a water source. I wouldn't call it anything past that. But I bet if I come up here on Wednesday and get out to this spot early, there'll be all sorts of birds over this. But you know, right now it's like 2:30 in the afternoon, and it's been a really good drive. I really enjoy it. Hopefully we'll see something before we run into the limits of town and I have to head back down the highway. But it's been a good drive. Thanks for coming along. One of the funny things about hunting is I'm almost positive that the game animals can read the maps and the synopsis better than we can. Because I swear to God, every single bird that I'm looking for to hunt has flown across and landed behind a no hunting sign. It's brilliant. I mean, well played.